What is going on, everybody? Today's video is about getting on a sleeping schedule. If you've come to this video, I'm assuming that you've been struggling with your sleep. You've probably have been trying to get up early, or maybe you've been trying to go to bed at a certain time and you just can't seem to do it. And trust me, I've been there. And in fact, I'm going to be doing this challenge with you because recently I got off schedule. I needed to be up in the middle of the night to get on these international live calls, so I switched up my schedule, and now that the calls are done, I want to get back on track. And so I made a plan for myself. It's 4 steps, and I'm going to be sharing it with you so you can join me on this little challenge of ours. So the first step, put it right here: prep. How much do we need to sleep? This is an obvious one, right? This comes with a level of awareness, though. You may know this intuitively. How much sleep do you need? Now, realize that most people think they need less than they actually do. Now, I'm not a sleep expert, but I do know that from lots of trial and error, I need about 7 hours and 15 minutes. And sometimes maybe 7 hours 20, 7:30. So that's how much I'm going to need, but you're going to need to figure that out. Personally, you can do your own research as to how much you need, but it's really an experimental based thing. So that's number 1. Put down your amount of time. Number 2, what do you think's next? We need to put it in the schedule. We need to actually slot in a time. And the key part about step 2 is that this needs to be the same every single day. So, you people out there that like to go out on the weekends and you like to switch off your sleeping patterns on the weekends and get back on Monday, well, if you want to do this right, you're going to have to stay disciplined and stay on that schedule every day. It's going to make your body very happy because your body's going to get very used to this, and it's going to be able to regulate itself much better. So, personally, since I'm doing the 7 hours and 15 minutes, I'm actually going to stamp out a time frame for 7 hours and 30 minutes of time. I want to give myself that extra 15 minutes just so I have time to fall asleep in case I can't fall asleep for whatever reason. So I'm going to be going to bed at 11:15 and waking up at 6:45. Now, I used to be that guy that gets up at 4:30 and 5 a.m. because I like that early bird grind, but I'm now starting to realize that I like to wake up to the sun. So, and I think my body likes it too. I like to kind of get sunlight on my skin as soon as I wake up, go outside, go into the grass, maybe do some breath work. So that's what I prefer to do. You can, if you're an early bird, then schedule that time that fits your schedule, fits your lifestyle. Now, the third step is prepping the night before. Now, I've picked up a lot of tips and tricks here, but here are the main things that you need to do. Number 1 is you're going to be thirsty in the morning. So prepare a tall glass of water in whatever kind of cup you have and just put it on your nightstand. Put it wherever you're going to put your alarm clock, because we're not going to put our alarm clock in reachable distance. We're going to move that phone. It's probably a phone that you're using. So we're going to put that phone at least 5-10 feet away. I put mine like on the other side of the room. So I have to get up and go turn it off. Okay? When I set the alarm on my phone, turn off snooze. You don't want to be able to have that option to snooze. Set your alarm for maybe you can make it a cool song or a song that you might feel inspired by to wake up. You can play around with things. You can also play around with Jocko Willink's wake up alarm clock on Apple Music. That's wonderful. He counts down from 10, like 10, 9, 8, get up. Basically like that. Actually, he goes the other way. He goes, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to get out of bed. It's pretty brutal, but it definitely works. And then the last thing we need to do as prep is we need to avoid what I'm doing right now. So don't look into blue light and excessive light. Right now I'm staring at a cell phone. Luckily, I have a couple more hours before I go to bed, but it's very crucial to not get a lot of blue light before we're going to bed. At least 1 to 2 hours. 2 hours would be optimal. Now, you may think, I've heard this before, it seems a little stupid. Well, try it. It's actually wonderful how deep, how much less strain on your eyes, how much more focused you can be. And if you do want to stay on your phone and you do want to use your laptop at night, well, you can do what I do, and I actually bought these blue light glasses. So I'll actually wear these for the last 2 hours before I go to bed. And again, this may look crazy. This may look like, what are you doing? Why do you need to do this? Well, I don't need to do it, but you also have to realize that this light, this artificial light that we're having on our phones and laptops, it's very foreign to our bodies. Our bodies haven't evolved the genes to deal with this stuff. So a lot of these tactics and tricks may seem out there, but deep down, when you really get to know the human body, they're not that crazy. So, let's finish the video. I'll keep them on just to protect my eyes a little bit more. Now, number 4. This is the most important part. And at the end of the day, yes, you need step 1 and 2, and you don't technically need step 3. If you can nail step 4, then you don't even need step 3, except you do need to set the alarm clock, but you don't need the water technically, and you don't need to move the phone away. If you can just get up and perform, that's what step 4 is. Perform the act. That's it. At the end of the day, that's how we do it. We need to get up, and we also need to get to bed at a reasonable time. But performance in the morning is key. Winning that first battle in the morning is going to set your day for optimal, just great being, living, having a wonderful day. If you lose that first battle, everything gets set off track. And so the rule that I use, at least the rule that I've just become aware of, I don't use it all the time, but I think it could be pretty powerful. Basically, all you do is you count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As soon as you hear that alarm clock, that's what you count down. And this is going to allow you to, at the end of that 5 seconds, just decide, I'm getting up. Because what's going to happen is your brain's going to start making up excuses. We are wired to basically avoid the discomfort, the uncomfortable things. Getting up at that perfect time, it's going to be like, I don't want to get up. Maybe I'm a little bit tired. Maybe I didn't get the best sleep. Well, you need to get on this schedule, and that sleep will eventually regulate itself. But it's going to take pushing through those negative thoughts, those thoughts of, you don't want to do this. Come on, man. Let's just go back to bed. You got to push through. Because when you push through, you're expanding your comfort zone, and now you're going to be more willing to explore new things and create new connections in this powerhouse up here. So that's really it. Push through. Final tips: darken the room. Block the windows with a dark sheet if you don't have good blinds. Get an eye mask. That will darken the room. It will improve your sleep deeply. Another weird one, if you didn't think these were weird, tape your mouth at night. Look up mouth breathing and how horrible it is for your health. If you can tape your mouth with a specific tape, I use 3M tape from Amazon. Tape your mouth. This will ensure that you're properly breathing through your nose at night. You won't die. Don't worry. If you are scared and you do want to test this out, try doing it a couple hours before you go to bed so you can realize that you're not going to pass out and die. You'll be amazed by how good you feel the very next day after trying this. And a final tip, eat 2 to 6 hours before you go to bed. So try not to cram a lot of food in right before you go to bed. Your body doesn't want to be digesting all this stuff while it's trying to repair and regenerate overnight. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please, if you're new here, subscribe, give me a like, give me a comment. Tell me what you liked or didn't like about this video. Tell me if you think I'm crazy. I would love to hear it, and I'd love to get your opinion on all of this stuff. Let's start a conversation. And if you are new here, remember, and even if you're not new here, remember to value your health.